Hello friends, so far we have learned Python basic functions and Lambda functions. Now a natural question come across in our mind that why Python is so powerful, man? The answer is due to its built-in function. So in this video, we will understand the most commonly used Python built-in function with a real coding examples so that your code becomes short, clean and more professional. Let's right now talk about what are the built-in function in Python. Built-in functions are functions that are already available inside Python. We do not need to write them ourselves. We just call the function name and use it. This function save time and make code more readable and modular. Let's right now see one practical example and talk about the numeric functions in Python which are inbuilt present in along the things. Okay, so I have already opened a Python window over here right now and I have created a file name which is in numeric func over here and already put a comment over here as we are going to discuss that only. So I put a comment over here. So let me just write a small code of snippet and then I will explain you how this exactly works and which functions we have inbuilt in Python. So basically I'm going to write a number list over here which presents numbers from 1 to suppose 10 numbers I want to print inside that list. Okay, so see the operation that I want to perform to calculate the sum of all the elements from the list. So either there is the way that we can do it manually by using a loop, iterate over all the elements and one by one we can add it. But instead of doing that, inbuilt in Python, we have one function that is print function that we use for printing. Obviously, it is not a way, that is the function. So basically, the function that is I'm talking about, it is a sum function. How can I define it? In this way, sum of element and then like this sum in bracket the element of a list like this. If I save the code right now and try to run the code, see it will print all the element sum for me in a single line of code. So basically if you want to perform a list of operation along with their sim to get each element get added and get a final summation for that result. So I can use the sum function over here. Similarly, if in the list I want to get the lowest number that I want to get from the list. So there is also one function that is we can use as like it is named as mean function. Specifically, it is used in calculating the minimum number from the list. As this list is smaller in case right now, so we can identify it. But think of a scenario where a list of elements have a large number of data and not arranged in a sequential format. At that time, the mean, sum, that type of function will help us to optimize the code and get the readability easier. In the similar manner, how we calculate the minimum of an element. In a similar way, there is also a way to find out the maximum from the element as well by using the max function. If I use the max over here and then I try to print it, see I got the max element. So this is all about the numeric function that we have in Python to calculate a little bit optimized code and more cleaner code. Let's right now talk about the sequence function in Python and see which are they and what are they exactly and how they help us to write the optimized code. So basically, I will write a small code of snippet over here and then I will explain. So I have already opened a Python window over here and created a file named sequence func, and here I am going to put one comment over here as we are going to study about the sequence function. So let me just quickly do that. Okay, so I'm going to write a small code of snippet right now and then I will explain how the functions that we have in sequence specifically that are helpful to optimize the Python code. So basically, I'm going to define a list over here, like objects. I can use it a variable. Then I want to print, like so not to print basically, just the number from the 1 to 10 that I want in a list. Okay, so okay, like I will explain right now. See, as we have a number of element over here, and here it exactly a smaller list, so we can easily calculate by checking the code only itself and say what's the length exactly. But think of a scenario in that case if a list of element has a tons of data over there. There is no specific limit, or that we are unknown about that limit right now, that how many element is present in that list. So there is a way in Python as well. A function is given by Python to get the length of a specific list, that how many elements are present in that list. By using, we can do like length of element, and then we can use the function name is len, and we pass the iterable object like the list of elements specifically. Okay, let me just clear the previous output over here. Then if I try to run the function, or sorry, file again, see, it gives me the length of the specific element that are present in the list. If I somehow increase the list, like I add one more over here, then save it, then I try to run it again, I get the 11th of the list right now. So the length of the object means the element over here. In similar way, if I want if think in a scenario that this list is right now in the sorted order, right? But there might be the case that list is not in the sorted order, like what I'm talking right now. Let me just define another variable object underscore 1 over here, and just cut this element from that point to the last. I am going to paste it. Okay, now this object underscore 1 is not sorted, right? And we want element to be sorted from lowest to the highest number. So there is also one function that we can use in Python, that is nothing but a sorted function. How we can use it? Let me just quickly show it to you. Sorted, and the list of element, if you pass to that function, it will iterate through the list, and then it will arrange the element from lowest order to the highest order there. See, if I run the code again, it arranges the list in the sequential format from ascending to descending manner. So this is how we can use this sorted function as well. Now let's talk about the another function, that is enumerate functions. You seem amazed with the word enumerate. What it exactly, sir? Okay, let me tell you about the thing. Okay, if I take this list as an input, okay, and if I use a for loop, like I'm iterating over the object and then I'm printing it. As we already know, we are using the for loop and printing one by one. But if in the scenario I want the specific index of the element, at which index it is present on the list of element, then by using the enumerate function we can easily calculate. As we already discussed in last few videos as well, that the list of function is present on a specific indexes over there. So if I want to get that index specifically, then I can use the enumerate function. How? In the loop we can use it like this. The iterable object enumerate, iterable object should be defined inside the enumerate function, and we can use the j over here. So suppose if I want to print like this, index of j, j is nothing but a number that we are getting, and is on index of I. I will use the f string over here. Okay, now see, if I run the code right now, it will show me for this list 1 is on 0th index, 2 is on 1 index, 3 is on 2 index. the list of object wherever the index of the element are rise, that we can print by using the enumerate along with the element as well. So this is how we can use the enumerate function. There is one more function that we have already seen in last few videos as well. That is nothing but a range function. So as we already used like this in a simple scenario for I in range 1, 10. If I write like this, we already know that what it's going to print. So basically the range function is the function built in Python that allows us to start from one endpoint and ends to the another point over there. Like a last point you can say, or a specific number or the specific limit you can define over there. So here in this loop I am defining it should start from 1 until the 10 it should execute. So if I run the code right now, see it started from 1 and ended till 1. We already know in Python the index when we start from there and it ends to the last number specifically. So this is how the sequence function we have in Python that we can use it to optimize the code and better understanding of the readability of the code as well. Let's right now talk about the type conversion functions that are inbuilt present in Python as well. See, we have various type of data types in Python as we have already studied some of them like integer, float, numbers are there, strings are there are many. So specifically from one data type, if I want to convert to another data type, there are some inbuilt functions in Python. So let's just right now by a practical example, I have already opened the Python window and created a file name type convert over here. Halfway, if you get it the scenario, the name of the file itself says a hint for you. Okay, let's just right now focus on the example point of view. I'm going to define a variable like num equal to 10. Okay, now see, as we already know, the num is equals to 10, means the num variable is an integer type of data type, right? Now I want to convert that num variable of like which is having a 10 value to a float data type, a float variable or a float something value over there. Then I can use like this print float like this keyword and the number which I want to convert. If I print the output over here, see it print 10.0. Why? Because it get converted after using the float keyword from integer to the float data type. Then if similarly if I want to convert specifically the integer data type to a string, then how can I do it exactly? In a similar way, I can use str of num. That will help me to convert the number that is present in the integer right now, convert to a string data type. If I run the code right now, see it print 10 over here. You will be seem amazed over here. Like on the output, it seems to be a normal 10 values over here. That seems to be a integer value. Not exactly. After converting it to the string, it is a string type of data type. Let me just prove you as well. For knowing a type of data type of a variable, we already learn about the type keyword. So if I'm going to use type keyword over here and then try to run the code, see what it exactly prints. It prints the class of that specific variable is str. It is a string type of data type. Okay. So specifically, let me take another example over here for just defining one more function that we have in Python, that is obj equals to something like I want to define 10 in double quotes. Okay, as we can see, the obj is a string type of data type here right now. Now I want to convert that string type of data to a specific integer variable. Then how can I do it? By using this function. Int of obj will return me the integer output for me. If I save the code right now and execute it again, see I get 10 as an output over here. It get converted to the integer data type and then we are getting the evaluated output. Okay, not only this, there is one more that we can do it. Like if I want to convert a string type of data type, this is specifically a string type of data type, right? to a list type of element. Then how can I do it? By using the list function, right? Like this, print list list. We have seen in the videos like map and the function that we have already discussed over there, how we can convert one data type to another data type. So list, we can use it over here. If I want to convert the string to a list object, so if I save the code and try to run the code again, see, it shows me 1 comma 0. In list, if we convert it, the index element of one specific element will get distributed, and that's why we print 1 comma 0s over here. So this how we are the function we can use in Python to convert from one data type to another data type in detailed way that we have seen practically as well right now.
So friends, today we practically learn the most important Python built-in function. This function will form a strong foundation for your daily coding. In the next module or next in the video, we will explore the Python data structure in detail and try to understand them with a practical example as well. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more Python tutorial. See you in the next video.